the U.S. and Israel have been able to build enough THAAD and Arrow and SM-3 and Patriot and other interceptors, these air defense missiles in the last 4 months. We fired off a quarter of our THAAD missiles at a cost of billions of dollars, over the course of 12 days. And knowing that the Iranians weren't going full bore at Israel. So the Patriot stocks, everything else, SM-3 stocks, all these things that we produce a handful of a month and some a handful a year. I think the SM-3 missiles, they only produce a couple dozen a year. These are very important air defense systems that we can't replenish quickly. And that will be they've already seen we've seen what Israel is capable of in Iran. We've also seen what the Iranians are capable of. And the idea that somehow Israel is going to be able to land a knockout blow, no, they can't. They tried it. It was a sneak attack. They got away with it. They did pretty good. They killed a lot of military leaders. They almost killed the president, but if they did, what does it matter? There's a meeting this past week with the president of Iran, with many of our contemporaries and colleagues. Max Blumenthal was there, and Scott Ritter, and Judge Knapp, and others, Jeff Sachs. And, the President Pezeshkian was very clear that the Iranians are prepared in a way that they weren't prepared in the spring, that they won't be taken by surprise, and that they are now in Pezeshkian's words, 5 to 6 steps in terms of what happens for each contingency, right? So it's clear you could kill 5 to 6 levels below the president of Iran, and they have the capacity to maintain their government, right? Same thing with their military. This is basic stuff, right? So, in the military, you're taught to be able to do your boss's job, right? The idea that you should be able to do your job 2 levels above you because people get killed, And so the Iranians also understand that the effect that they had with their missiles was just starting to appear against the Israelis and the Americans. And so for the Iranians had that effect on the Israelis and Americans. And so for the Iranians going forward, then the idea, I believe, would be to lengthen out any conflict, to stretch out the conflict, to make the Israelis and the Americans exhaust their air defense stocks, their air defense missile stocks, so that they then become vulnerable. So we've seen that the Israelis can't deliver a knockout blow in one punch into what they need. We've seen that a longer war goes against the Israelis and the Americans.